What up, my freaks? Ruinous Insight here with part 24 of my Total Warhammer 2 modded Vlad von Carstein campaign. So as we saw last time, Mount Squighorn was retaken by the dwarfs, and thus between the episodes I was able to renegotiate the trade agreement. Well, negotiate, you know what I mean. Get the trade agreement going again with the dwarfs, and that will bring us a little bit over 1,000. It's honestly not really all that much money for us to be concerned with, but at the very least it is another treaty with the dwarves to keep them a little bit happier, just that little bit, as we work on declaring war on Clan Eshin and forcing them into that battle. Otherwise, Lamia is getting attacked by a little rebellion here, but this is a trash stack and we can just auto-resolve it with Vlad next turn. Most importantly, we've noticed that the Red Duke is probably going to get attacked next turn here by Khalid al-Muntazir, the leader of the Silver Pinnacle, and he does have some elite units, and he probably has more elite units in here, which is the concern. Blood Knights, Hex Rates, Vargulf, Crypt Horrors, why did I say Crypt Horrors twice? Mortis Engine, and yeah, as I said, who knows what else. So yeah, this is kind of concerning, especially with us in March stance. And yeah, we're gonna get some reinforcements from Nashrak's lair here, but it's definitely worrying. Also, I just realized something. We have no, well, other than the corpse carts, I guess, we have no magical damage in this army. And that means Hex Rates and Mortis Engine, especially Mortis Engine, are going to be a problem because the Mortis Engine is difficult to kill and it excels at killing large amounts of infantry. Wait, you know what? Look, are we able to trade? Does anybody? Ooh. Oh, we do have the Tormentor's Sword on Melissa Ratep. We could steal that, give the Red Duke magical attacks. You know what? I feel like we should do that. Also, the Tormentor's Sword is probably going to help with this battle. Oh, although, wait. If they attack us, this won't do anything, will it? Because it'll still be trading. Or won't it? You know what? I don't know, but I'm going to try this. We can always give it back to Melissa later, but I feel like this would be really, really helpful, as we do need to destroy that damn Mortis Engine. I think the turn needs to end for the item to actually be transferred. So if they attack, then it doesn't get transferred. Maybe they'll be afraid of this garrison. Who knows? We'll see. We will see. Otherwise, let's... Oh, okay. Just load it into the game so the money goes down when you press that. Otherwise, the main important thing here, the main important change is the fact that Altdorf is now at level 5. It's maxed out, which means A, Vlad is booking it here as fast as he can go, and B, we are no longer going to bother with too much raiding. We are going to retrofit all these armies. Vlad and Isabella are going to, or Vlad and Isabella, Gorst and Isabella are going to move together. It'll be Vlad and Isabella for the Empire, but Gorst and Isabella are going to move together because obviously Gorst can't really do anything by himself. He's kind of useless until we can get him some black coaches or something to dish out damage in his army. But overall, we're going to need to do a lot of retrofits. We're also, as I said at the end of last episode, going to get Isabella some Fellbats and stuff. We're going to send her White Kings to the Red Duke. The armies are going to switch it up, and we are going to start taking over all the Empire territories. It's about damn time, after all. Anyway, I believe everything that needs to be done this turn has been done, unless I'm mistaken. There's still a few Necros I would like to move, but we obviously can't really afford that right now, so let's skip the rest of this. Let's end the turn, and let's see a moment of truth if the Red Duke gets attacked. This will be an epic battle regardless of whether he gets attacked or not, but, you know. I am worried about him getting attacked in March stance, but once again, with the garrison, we would at least be able to send like an additional 1,000 units at the enemy and harass them with bats and all that sort of thing. Will that add a lot of firepower? Not really, but, oh, there would be a oh, that's actually a good thing. No, I actually hope they attack. No, because we have a vampire in Nashrak's lair, and I believe vampires automatically always have magical attacks, and on top of that, it's a death vampire because it's a garrison vampire, which means free bound... okay, you're not attacking. So, there goes my plan there. I was about to say free-bound Spirit Leech to once again deal with that Mortis Engine. How are we going to deal with you? Well, I guess it'll be all on the Red Duke now, who does have magical attacks. Damn, I was really hoping to make use of that garrison. Oh, well, not a big deal. Lamia, Fire and Smoke, you just got damaged by the little rebellion here, but that's all good because Vlad's going to insta-kill it with an easy little auto-resolve. Yeah. Honestly, either one of these armies by itself. Honestly, Vlad by himself could probably kill this entire army. Not even talking about the rest of all this, so yeah, not gonna bother. And there we go, a few more levels, and we'll obviously take the cash for this. Otherwise, Vlad, it's time for you to move, buddy. Time for you to move all the way out here to Misty Mountain and back to Altdorf through that. Then we are going to, well, I guess repair, as I was saying earlier. We'll attack in a few seconds with the Red Duke. Give me a nice cinematic time. Libaras, we are going to need to wall you up because the lizards will most likely eventually attack us, especially since we share a border. It would have been nice to create a ruin here to make a sort of buffer zone, but, you know, can't always have that happen. Then we're going to build a charnel pit. Then we have our necros here. You're all going to start searching these areas. There we go. Search ruins, search ruins. It's all free levels. And it's on top of that, it's annoying Clan Eshin, which we will probably want to do because the, well, the dwarfs. Alrighty. Well, go through wound, I guess, and then we'll move into boost income right there. And then you, same sort of deal. Oh, you already have wound, and therefore you're going to boost income. No immortality for you yet, but we're getting there. Gotta remember to get a Red Duke, a Necromancer for the Red Duke. You two, keep moving together. There we go. Honestly, Gorst would act as a fairly decent, I think, anvil to the to Isabella's hammer. Lots and lots of zombies to hold the line while the bats and the dire doggos dish out the damage, although we still lack really lack any kind of armor-piercing damage. Speaking of damage, you are going to move to Castle Tempelhof, and we are going to have you summon bats and stuff for Isabella.
My bloodline calls.
Actually, wait, if we fight, we'll get more money to do that. Ooh, you know what? Speaking of money, I was going to build walls here at Kazid Irkolaz as well as Nashraxar, which we started last episode. Got to wall all these places up. You never know when these orcs might turn on us or when somebody might move through these territories and turn on us. Everything needs to get walled, with, I guess, the exception of Grom Peak. Although, to be honest, we might benefit from getting walls here as well, because what if the Skaven go here to Mount Gumbat, they think it's too difficult to take it, and then jump to Grom Peak instead? I really dislike playing in such a way where you get walls everywhere, but it's honestly, it's kind of necessary this time around. Anyway, time for this attack. They're in raiding. What? Oh, they screwed themselves. Are you kidding me? They're going to be forced to be winded in battle. Okay, well then we're definitely attacking. Yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Pyrrhic victory, and oh yeah, oh they have a Terrorgeist as well. You gotta be kidding me. Did I not see that? Oh, it was probably one of the hidden units, or either that or I'm blind. Yeah, that's it's a full 7 super elite units plus a 3 Lord/Heroes, a Graveguard, and few chaff units. Damn. All right, we'll have to be careful. Let's get to it. I'm hoping for a damn nice fight. Alrighty, while loading this battle, I would just realize, why was I so concerned about the magical damage on the Red Duke? Because the Mortis Engine isn't actually an ethereal unit. We still do have one ethereal unit, though. We still do have the Hex rates, but the Mortis Engine is just a regular unit, right? It's just a physical, essentially, it's a super corpse cart pulled by ghosts. Just a physical cart with the Necromancer on it, yeah. Yeah, so you are not, I mean, I guess it's sort of like a half ethereal unit, but the game doesn't give it the ethereal stat, unless I'm mistaken. And its physical resistance, yeah, it's at 15. Yeah, we're fine, minus the having to deal with the hex rate, but generally speaking, hex rates are fairly fragile, so unlike the corpse cart, or Mortis Engine, I'm not that worried. Mortis Engines used to be like the most obnoxious units. They're still a little bit strong, but you know, you can counter them fairly easily by knocking them out with missile units, whereas before the nerf, I remember them being just ludicrously OP. I think, was that when they had their aura before it got nerfed to only be active in combat? I think that was it. Like the damaging portion they do. Anyway, these things are freaking amazing at destroying enemy blobs of units like this. Anyway, I like our little setup here. There was a rock formation here, which I thought, well, you know what? They have a lot of extra units that could flank us, like the Hex Rates and the Blood Knights. Let's not let that happen. Let's make use of this little rock formation and hide behind it. This is a nice little ordered army that we got here. We got the Graveguard, the regular Graveguard, standing behind the zombies. The zombies will thus first get the enemy charging into them like this. their crypt horrors and all their scary stuff, and then these guys, the Graveguard, the regular ones, will hold the line together with the skeleton spears, whereas the Graveguard with great weapons are going to wait until the enemy is engaged to actually dish out that very critical armor pierce. Otherwise, we also have a unit of skeleton warriors back here on each side. They will just hold lines worse than the skeleton spearmen, so thus I have them in the backlines. And obviously we have our cav all over the place, getting ready to find an opportunity and getting ready to strike. Anyway, let's speed this back up to normal. Let's see how this battle unfolds, shall we? Taking a look at some of the units we still don't have because we don't have the higher levels. Terrorgeist, I love you. You are the ultimate bat. You may not like it, but this is what peak bat looks like. There you go, buddy. There you go. And Blood Knights. Oh, in fact, the Red Duke should be in a righteous rage that the enemy would dare to use Blood Knights against them. Alrighty, and it looks like they want to fight our own cav, which does make sense. That I'm sure that they would want to fight other knights, although I'm sure they would either fight other Blood Knights rather than fighting Black Knights. Alrighty, well, the Red Duke isn't afraid of them. He is going to charge them all by himself. Hey, I just realized he holds a different shield on the map here than he does on the campaign map. This is not the same shield. He holds a Blood Knight shield on the campaign map, and this is not that. Is this perhaps... I don't know what this shield is. I'm not seeing any Bretonnian symbolism here. I'm just trying to zoom in. I should probably just pause it. I'm just turning my head to the side of the screen to actually figure out what this is. Also, in terms of timeline, this is after the Red Duke's resurrection, right? I would assume. So at this point, he's gone absolutely insane. Like, he's gone completely mad. This was after he got locked up and driven mad with blood hunger. Although maybe in terms of headcanon for what's going on here, maybe Vlad, with his knowledge, being a first-generation vampire, would, be able to save the Red Duke and, give him some purpose at last. Other than, refighting the campaign that he lost. Plus, the Red Duke's awesome, so why not? Alrighty, so it looks like the enemy Blood Knights run. We use our Tormentor Sword, which is very, very useful, regardless of the fact that we didn't actually need the magical damage for the Mortis engine, but only for the Hex, right? And honestly, let's see, I'm just actually curious here. Oh, you guys actually have magic resistance. Wait, Blood Knights... I just want to see this. You guys have no physical resistance, but some magical resistance. So it will actually not benefit from the magic damage all that much in the first place. But anyway, the Terrorgeist is going to go in here, but we're going to ignore that and have all of our Black Knights, including and particularly the Varix Reavers with their great swords, but also the Lances and Barding, because they're both armor-piercing damage types, and then all surround and kill or damage the Blood Knights as fast as possible. And they drop fairly quickly. They can't do much damage because of the Tormentor Sword, and they're losing HP. We have noticed in Vlad's army that they can be fairly fragile without a ton of buffs, so the enemy did definitely overcommit here, and the Vargeist is obviously scary, or the Terrorgeist, not the Vargeist rather, is obviously scary, and is an anti-large unit. Ooh, there's some damn nice animations going on here, though. Some damn nice animations. Yeah, this guy is obviously going to be very threatening to all these cav units, but I think we prioritize killing the Blood Knights regardless of the fact that they might get, we might suffer losses there. In the meantime, I want to point one thing out. The biggest threat on the enemy field, the thing that could have completely screwed us over, especially because we don't have any range units to take it out from a distance. The Mortis engine decides not to advance with the enemy army and to chase after a unit of Black Knights. I found that incredibly funny. And also this unit of Crypt Horrors is doing the same thing. We had both the Black Knights without lances on the sides, and it looks like the enemy decided to commit to them. So the anti-infantry ones are gone, but hey, I'm very, very good with that. A Crypt Horror unit and a Mortis engine traded for a pair of units of Black Knights. Very, very much worthwhile. Man, between the Tormentor Sword and the zombies, these poor Blood Knights here, however, cannot move. And the Red Duke is also smacking around the Terrorgeist here, who's in pretty bad shape as well, having lost like 25%, no, actually more like 30% of its HP, maybe 40. Well done, Red Duke. You chase that guy around. Oh, and it's finally time for the enemy army to arrive. The Vampire Lord Khalid al-Muntazir himself, plus the White King. And, ooh, the Silver Pinnacle does have a, and I do believe I mentioned this before, but I do like their color scheme. It does look very nice on the undead. Yeah, I like that. Alrighty. Especially I think on the White King. Not that I don't think our red color scheme is most definitely superior, but nonetheless. Anyway, as expected, the Crypt Horrors will charge these zombies, and that screws them over. But it looks like the enemy Hex Wraiths want a piece of our Black Knights with lances, and I couldn't decide whether we actually wanted a piece of this or not. This was obviously not a great matchup for us. While we can certainly dish out some damage, the enemy would be able to dish out more damage to us, as we have no magical damage, and they are ethereal, although they are clearly taking some damage. I decided to ultimately commit the Knights with Lances for the simple reason that it would allow our Skeleton Warriors and such to approach and force the Hex Wraiths to fight them. Generally, these Ghost units, when surrounded by a bunch of chaff units like this, do start taking too much damage, and I think that's a decent way to counter them. Speaking of countering, the zombies still doing great, holding back the entire enemy tide with their tar pits and not needing our Graveguard to engage thus far, which I'm perfectly happy with. The longer we wait, the more time we have for all of these elite units to get chased down and killed. Speaking of elite units being chased down and killed, the Blood Knights are now crumbling and down to 4, so well done Verix Reavers, and well done Zombies, and well done Black Knights with Lances and Barding. You've taken out one of their key units. One last charge before they fall. To be bested by Black Knights, I don't think those Blood Knights were worthy of the name anyway, and the Red Duke would curse their name. Otherwise, it looks like they are going to get their Vargulf, their Terrorgeist, and their White King all to try to fight the Red Duke, but he is not afraid of this sort of thing. Especially when we have the ability to activate the Tormentor Sword and reduce their melee attack. This is very nice. Finally, the enemy Crypt Horrors are into this and are attacking our Graveguard as well as the various remnants of the zombies. Ooh, once again, very nice to fight on the snowy fields there, all bloody all over the place. Makes these battles feel so damn right, doesn't it? Also, really strongly reminds me of Shogun. Oh, and it looks like the enemy White King decided to run out after getting hit a few times by the Red Duke. The Red Duke have taken a little, or has taken a little bit of damage from the Terrorgeist and the Vargulf, but honestly, I feel like he's doing pretty damn good. They are directly trying to focus him. However, the Vargulf is also getting hit by the Graveguard with great weapons now who are committed. We also have our various knights running around trying to move into position so that they can kill the enemies. Over here, the Hex Wraiths, as I noted, were going to kill our Lances and our Knights with Lances and Barding, and they did. They did damage them heavily anyway, but it allowed us to have the time to surround them with 3 extra units of Chaff Infantry, which means these guys will die. We will no longer need magic from our Lord's attack to actually bring them down, so I'm reasonably happy with that. And yeah, our own Black Knights are crumbling, so we can either move them off the field, which they are running away to now, they're withdrawing, or they can wait if they rally and come back. Otherwise, let's check out what's going on here. The enemy Lord has moved a little bit deeper into our formation, and thus is now surrounded by Graveguard with great weapons. Not a great position for him to be in, or I should say not a grave position for it. Actually, it is a grave position. For him to be in. So he's obviously going to get that. Oh, and look at these two Necromancers just staring angrily at each other. This is a regular Necromancer and this is a corpse card. Oh, I love this. This is the best thing ever. Oh, look at them. They're just egging their zombies on and just like... the duel of the corpse cards. I love this. I love this so much. Oh, you have a Balefire Brazier, not a... or whatever, the Balefire maybe, perhaps? Or is this just a regular corpse card? I don't even remember what the regular corpse card without the Balefire looks like anymore. Regardless, well, let's see. I just want to see here. Freaking hell. Let's see. Vigor Mortis, Regeneration, Master of Dead, not what I'm looking for. You have Binding Winds of Blood. Vigor Mortis, yeah, Balefire. Okay, yeah, it was the Balefire. I mean, this looks like a Balefire Brazier, so it does make sense. But anyway, not an Unholy Lodestone, which is obviously superior. But anyway, I still find this very funny for some reason. Anyway, let's continue the battle. It looks like the enemy Crypt Horrors did move in and decide that they didn't want any part of this. We actually just sent our zombies to distract them to make sure that they didn't kill our corpse cart with Unholy Lodestone. Otherwise, the enemy skeleton spears here are in pretty darn bad shape. Unfortunately, while our Graveguard moved around with great swords and tried to attack the enemy Graveguard, dishing out a ton of damage, the enemy decided that it would take their Crypt Horrors, the ones that were chasing these Black Knights, and then move back in and charge our own Graveguard in the back. So we got a little bit of a taste of our own medicine. However, not the end of the world. We're going to move our Graveguard, or as many of them as we can, away from this position so A, they don't die, but B, because Mr. Red Duke has a present for this blob of enemies. He may not have a lot of magical support available in terms of damage, but when they're nicely blobbed up like this, at the very least, we could cripple them with a non-overcast, but still fairly damaging its garbage units like this, Winds of Death. And I guess it'll clip these guys, which it won't dish out. Yeah, it'll do like nothing to them, but that's all good. And that's why I moved away all those Graveguard and prevented all of our extra units who finished off those Kex rates from moving in. And now that we're done, everybody here is going to move in. That's a really nice fight, actually. I'm glad this fight happened here. These guys are still facing each other. Also, the Red Duke is now here, and he has been debuffing and killing the enemy Vampire Lord, and I think they actually were chasing the enemy Terrorgeist here, who is now dead, but now they can get ready to kill the Vampire Lord as well, who is also in critical binding and debilitated. So very, very well done thus far to the Red Duke. He's been absolutely great at assassinating the enemies like this. The Terrorgeist is out of the picture. He damaged the Vargulf. He damaged the White King, who's over there somewhere. Oh, he's actually kind of healed up, I guess, because of the Necromancer's proximity or whatever. But anyway, battle is going reasonably well thus far, and this was the unit of Black Knights with lances that got hit by that Hex Wraith unit, and we are actually keeping it alive. One other thing that did happen, though, was unfortunately the Mortis Engine did keep our catch our Black Knights briefly, mostly because it was kind of a hard battle to control, and I was really trying to send around the Red Duke and repeatedly reposition everybody, especially when we were casting that Wind of Death and stuff, and with the Hex Wraiths, that I forgot about these guys for like 10 seconds. Then the Mortis Engine caught up. Obviously, they did no damage whatsoever to it, even though they fought it for a little while. Once again, this is an absolutely massive threat, and we do need some better units, especially not to like mob around it with relatively weak units. We need to surround it and kill it with the Red Duke. Well, not surround it, but just generally kill it with the Red Duke, and maybe some of the more elite units, maybe a corpse cart at least. Actually, the magical damage also doesn't actually help there. But anyway, and I believe with that, Khalid Al-Muntazir drops the Red Duke, has another kill for himself after that Terrorgeist. He's maybe if he drinks enough enemy vampire blood, he won't be quite as insane, but that actually would drive him even further insane. Because that's what it does. But anyway, Vargulf, you are also now in critical binding. Alrighty. Looks like the battle is definitely turning in our favor. The enemy White King also tries to move away, and we are going to follow him with our own Black Knights just to prevent him from charging us here. And now the Corpse Carts will no longer face each other. It looks like, not having had enough of killing enemy lords and high-value targets, the Red Duke is now going to take over and kill the Necromancer as well. We're actually going to move away all the rest of our units to surround and kill this unit of Crypt Horrors, while the Red Duke keeps killing this thing. I kind of lost him in the... Where is he? Did I accidentally move him? I swear, I lost him. No, oh, he was on this side. Oh, he was right behind the freaking corpse cart. Wow. Yeah, so he wants to keep killing high-value targets, and he's going to keep working on that Necromancer. And honestly, it's not going to take that long. A few hits and this guy's down to about half HP and is already crumbling. The rest of the army is also about crumbling. We haven't actually lost a lot of units. A couple of the zombies, the ones that got charged. Oh, this Black Knights unit, unfortunately, once again gets caught. I keep forgetting that this Mortis Engine is chasing it. And yeah, once again, it takes like no damage, and it heals any damage it takes from these guys. So yeah, get the hell out of there. What a scary damn unit. I remember back in the day when the units were introduced and them just being being super overused in the multiplayer before the first nerf. And just winning every, well, not every battle, but so many battles with them. Not gonna lie, I might have been a little guilty of using them too much, but hey. They're in a better place now, let's say that. Plus nowadays with the High Elves and the all the factions and the range options, they can bring them down with range firepower a lot if you're not careful, and that is their major weakness after all. Alrighty, well, the battle is just about over. Mr. Red Duke is actually just going to chase down any remaining units. I can't even decide. You can see the, first I selected the Crypt Horrors over there, then the White King, and then these Crypt Horrors. Just trying to find something for him to kill. But he's been doing a great job here. Very impressed with the Red Duke, and he doesn't even have his mount yet. He's been fighting on foot this entire time, which has got to be a... slight humiliation, but maybe he's trying to regain his honor after, well, going insane. Or maybe I should say going more insane. The Red Duke was always kind of eccentric after becoming a vampire. Just enjoying the animations here, because the battle's clearly over. This unit of Crypt Horrors is completely surrounded. The White King is now surrounded, and look how quickly he drops now that the Red Duke has hit him a few times, and will be dead in a second or so. And there we go. Down you go, buddy. Well done, Red Duke. Absolute assassin in this particular battle. A few more units remaining. Ooh, and one of our skeleton warriors unfortunately starts to crumble. What I probably should have done is I tried to move the corpse card away with it, but unfortunately got engaged by the Crypt Horrors here, which we are going to surround, but we do need to be careful and not let the Mortis Engine hit this battle line, because it could absolutely kill a bunch of these units. At least with the crumbling Crypt Horrors, they should fall apart fairly easily. The Red Duke, you can see in the background, is moving in as well. As soon as the Crypt Horrors are done, or as soon as the Mortis Engine gets a little bit closer, we're just going to send the Red Duke after it. And in fact, I think the rest of this is pretty much over. It's just a matter of some yakety sacks while we chase this guy around. I really need to find a free version of Yakety Sax, one that's usable and without royalties. It's been such an issue. There's like every single campaign I find at least one or two instances where I really want to play Yakety Sax, but oh well. Anyway, regardless, Mr. I don't know why I keep calling him Mr. Red Duke, but hey, shouldn't it be Sir Red Duke? Mortis Engine, you're gonna get ripped apart here, and yeah, you're gonna resist some of that magic damage, but honestly, your magic resistance is 20, your physical resistance is 15, it's not that much of a big difference anyway. I know, you actually knocked down the Red Duke. Oh, I guess he doesn't have enough mass to protect himself from that. It's such a cool unit, too. The Mortis Engine, I mean. I'm really all over the place with regards to the stream of consciousness today. But anyway, oh, and the corpse card is in here. He didn't get enough from facing that other Necromancer. Now he wants to stare angrily at this Necromancer. And honestly, this guy has a staff and a sword, whereas the corpse card guy, he has a whip, which is like a semi-ranged weapon. He should just like drive by and whip this guy. Although to be fair, this guy has ghosts flying around up here, so I could probably move down and just like stab this Necromancer. Anyway, one last charge of this Mortis Engine. I figured maybe we can shock his morale by charging him in the back and the side and everywhere. It doesn't really matter because the Red Duke would have killed him, but I just wanted to hurry it up a little bit. It's not like with this amount of damage being taken and with the Tormentor Sword going down and stopping him from getting away and attacking him and reducing his attack, he's going to be able to dish out enough damage. Ooh, look at that splash though on the Varix Reavers and the Knights with Lances and Barding, both of whom did very, very well this episode. Wow, oh, it looks like the Banshees fall down. That's kind of interesting. Shouldn't they just stay floating up there after the explosion? Kind of interesting. But anyway, yeah, there's the physical portion of the half ethereal, half physical Mortis Engine right there. A Pyrrhic victory, apparently, but I would not say so. We didn't really take all that much damage, and the units that did die were skeleton warriors and zombies, so I'm pretty happy with that. And regardless, the Red Duke was the absolute star of this show, so I'm pretty damn happy. Alrighty, there we go. Regardless of the fact that we spent most of the battle running away from that Mortis engine, and also regardless of the fact that it is not ethereal, still being a huge threat, we did pretty damn well. This thing was scary, though. I mean, the way it basically obliterated those knights and took no damage. I mean, they're only black knights, to be fair. Now, they got most of their... Wow. So... I mean, we didn't really lose that many units and our Skeleton Warriors came back, but they got their Terrorgeists, their Vargulf, their Crypt Horrors, and their Blood Knights back. Also, the Blood Knights, they just melted like nothing. Oh, and they got their Graveguard back, of course. Alrighty, well, hopefully we can auto-resolve them to death. In fact, while... Ooh, 3k. Pretty damn good. I mean, we might have to auto-resolve and lose the Skeleton Warrior, but I feel like it'll probably be worth the 3k, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. We're going to return the captives for the money. We want Isabella's bats and stuff after all. And then we're going to auto-resolve this. We'll lose our Skeleton Warriors, no doubt. Hey, we got a Forbidden Rod. Yeah, so... regardless of the fact that we didn't actually need the magical damage on the Red Duke, I do want to point out that the Tormentor Sword is really quite good in his army. The Cannot Move. He was able to go around and assassinate those lords that entire time. And that really helped much more than the magical damage, especially as... Well, I guess he didn't actually get a chance to fight any ethereal units. The Hex Rates also died fairly easily. Well, easily. We didn't have to commit 4 units to kill them, but 3 of those were basic trash units. Anyway, let's hope that the auto-resolve will be successful here. Oh, they won't even die. Okay, so literally we've only lost 2 zombies for all of this, and another 2k. Beautiful. Alrighty, well, I'm pretty damn happy with that. We got a raised dead cost reduction, which I believe you already have. Red Duke, yeah, there's the Gravedigger. Can you recruit another? Yeah, you can recruit 2 zombies here while you're at it. Beautiful. Go right to the edge of this.
Night march.
We're going to start raiding through... Ooh, although... Yeah, see, here's the problem. We can't actually take the Silver Pinnacle. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. We'll need a secondary army here, or we'll need to max out this army first. Okay, that's not horrible. Let's get the Unliving Host maxed out. Ooh, you know what? We could have actually used Curse of Years in that battle, I feel, to reduce everybody's melee attack, because we were fighting blob on blob, and we will fight another blob on blob action against the other army belonging to these guys. So let's take Curse of Years, even though we're starting to run out of mana available. We're going to rebuild our 2 zombies, which will only cost 200 to recruit. We got 5k out of that. Got our Blood Kiss as well. We are building what we need to in terms of the defensive stuff. What we also need, however, is you. You have a raised dead guy, right? Yeah, you do. Okay. I'm just gonna keep calling him Raised Dead Guy. 4 bats, please. Ooh, 4k for just some bats, damn. And let's go for 4 direwolves. Either we get another direwolf back next turn, or we don't. Because we need, I think it was 9 spaces, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These guys are all leaving the army. You 2 are heading to reinforce the Red Duke and buff up all of his Graveguard. You guys are going to disappear. We're going to replace you with bats and doggos. And yeah, we'll be missing 1 unit, I guess. And obviously we'll want to get some Vargeists and stuff in here, but we don't have the buildings quite yet. We still have 8,000 money left. But we do... Is there an easy way somewhere to get the Black Coach building up and running? I really do want those so that Gorst can sort of handle himself without having to rely on hiding behind Isabella. Although Necromancers hiding behind vampires is a pretty established trope at this point for fantasy. Alrighty, well, yeah, you will get in... Too many turns. It's going to be like 20 turns before our Occupied Lamia is ready to go, even if we build up all of these Charnel Pits and get them to level 2. So I feel like we should probably build it somewhere else. Nagashazar will be level 3. We could try to build it here. Nope, it needs to be level 4, doesn't it? It's a level 4 building just to get frickin' Black Coaches. Wait, unless... no, you increase the capacity for Crypt Horrors, but not for coaches. What I was hoping was this. So the Abyssal Wood, despite the fact that it only lets you recruit Vargeists, also allows you to... It increases the capacity for Vargulfs, even though that's the tier 4. So I was hoping that you could build the Black Coaches out of here, but apparently not. That's okay. It's not a big deal. We can we can get Unholy Lodestone Corpse carts anyway. But, oh wait, corpse carts don't even have capacity. Yeah, that would have been nice if we could get those black coaches raised. But oh well, another non-ethereal unit. We need this line as well. Damn, where the hell are we gonna build this then? That's a little bit of an annoyance. Gorstein needs some coaches. There's no real level 4s other... I mean, these are our only 2 level 4s, so either we delete something out of Castle Tempelhof, like, for example, the Boneyard, which would reduce you by another 20, and you're going to take forever to get yourself up and running. Which is, once again, tremendously unfortunate, but it might be necessary. I mean, the thing is, Vampire Crypts is up... Well... 100 per turn, and you need to go to 5. Yeah, that's going to take absolute ages. Well, regardless, we're going to do it now. Maybe we'll switch it up to another territory later on. I want those black coaches up and running, so that's the only option. Now, we do actually have some money, so here's what we're going to do. First of all, you, Carmilla, you're going to temporarily move into raiding here.
Who wishes the red kiss?
Let's do this. You're gonna raid. We are going to annoy you with a few steel techs. Let's hope that they succeed. And double success. Alright, alright. Everything's coming up Necro. Let's see. Oh, I should name one of the Necros Millhouse now. I should name Hamlin Millhouse, because he's always failing. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. Hamlin, you are now Millhouse. I don't remember that's exactly how you spell Millhouse. But hey, Van Houten also, well, doesn't quite work here. Believe Van Houten. I don't remember if Millhouse is Dutch or... I think he is mixed Dutch-Danish? I don't remember. Something. Doesn't matter. His name is Millhouse now. Millhouse, you're a failure, and I don't like you, even though you just succeeded. Let's see. What else do we need to do? Ooh, the other Necromancer. They can't move. Emmanuel. What did I want to do with you? We can also not have Carmilla raid. We can move her back in, but then what would be raise? Ooh. We could go back to Carrick Dromar, where we could start raising... there's probably some stuff there. I guess we could raid for 1 turn, and then go back to retrofit. Here's the thing. We do need some elites. Probably getting some Graveguard here as well. Man. Okay, well, let's spend our money as it is then. We're not going to spend it this turn anyway, and then we'll see 4 turns until the Mausoleum of the Mad Count. Oh, we can get another Vampire up and running. And we also do need to get a Necromancer up. We got an aggressive one. We got a Toughie. That's not horrible if you're going to maintain the battle lines. And the reason I want the Necromancer right now is because the Carstein... Not the Carstein Ring. The Blood Chalice needs a Necromancer recruited. Can we recruit one near the Red Duke? I'd like him to get one. I guess we could get one at Mount Gunbad, right? Yeah, tough Necromancer, eh? They're only starting at level 6, too. Aggressive is kind of useless. You're just going to be on your coach. Well, the minus enemy leadership and... Wait, causes terror. Here's the question. Do unholy lodestone carts automatically cause terror? No, they only cause fear. Oh, that might be useful, actually. So reduction in enemy leadership and cause terror. Yeah, you lose a little bit of hit points, but you know what? I think I like that. Oh, it's another Hamlin? You gotta be kidding me. We just got rid of a Hamlin. Well, at least now there's only gonna be 1, and we're not going to get confused by this. Although, on the other hand, we could just give him a Terrifying Mask of E, and then the terror doesn't really do much. And honestly, 2 leadership... Not a big deal. When in vanilla, the negative leadership traits are great. In vanilla, I mean in normal difficulty, they're great. In higher difficulties, because the AI gets such crazy bonuses, it doesn't really matter that much. Which makes me think that maybe we should go for the tough guy instead. Even if it feels weird to get a Necromancer with tough. I really wish we had a few with better traits. I guess we could always get rid of them later on. Fine, you know what? Let's get him in here. Tough. Let's go with that. And there we go, free 2.5k to get the money back that we spent on recruiting it, even though we will lose a bit more money. Now, I do want to give this a read, I believe. I didn't read this last time, so let's see what we got here. The Beastmen have been destroyed. Isabella and her forces begin picking through the desiccated remains, eventually discovering a horn, thick with foul and pestilent blood, yet glowing with an alluring and altogether otherworldly aura. Though she cannot be sure, the sense of great darkness and dread leads Isabella to believe that this horn is one of the fabled ruinous gifts. So those are my favorite kind of gifts. Bestowed bestowed upon the Beastman or by the Chaos Gods themselves. Although fascinated by it, Isabella knows what consuming this god-blighted cruor would tear her apart. She must consult those who know of these things, the dark and twisted necromancers, to reveal more. But I'll just consult Manny. He's just as much of a... he has just as much necromantic knowledge. Anyway, though then he'd probably lie to you. But then the necromancers would lie to you too. But then again, you could probably dominate the necromancers much more easily. Maybe wink? Alright, beneath the newly risen blood moon, the necromancers toil at their studies. Then by the grim red light, they report their findings, revealing that the blood of chaos can be purged and harnessed through completion of an ancient ritual, after which Isabella may safely consume it. The ritual requires, as these things so often do, a massive living sacrifice, something on a scale that even Isabella finds shocking. The souls and blood must then be stored inside... Would must then? Oh yeah, sure. Must then be stored inside a precious von Carstein heirloom. Isabella, already excited by the scale of slaughter to come, fetches an ancient, exquisite chalice that was given to her by her great-grandmother, Countess Bathory, and readies herself to fill it. Alrighty, well, you, Mr. New Necromancer, we need you on that corpse cart soon. You're gonna have to get to level 16, so you're gonna take a while to level up. Let's get you Master of the Dead immediately. Can't get any of this, but we will go through Invocation of Nehek, and I guess we do want some of this. Now, do you benefit Graveguard at all? I think you do. Let's see. Black Coaches, Corpse Carts, Mortis Engines, and that's why we want a bunch of Necros in Gorst's army. Crypt Ghouls, Crypt Horrors, and Crypt... Oh, wow, you really benefit Crypt Ghouls and Horrors, huh? Oh, interesting. And more Corpse Carts. Oh, but this is faction-wide, so that's it's a little bit different. Yeah, you don't really benefit the army, but we might as well get you in there. Let's get Curse of Undeath, Van Hell's Dance Macabre, Raised Dead. We will be using Raised Dead constantly, so we're going to max that out. Evasion... Ooh, although, wait, maxing it out now versus getting Magical Reserves and double Wind of Death? You know what? I feel like I'd prefer that. Master... Then Evasion, and then Wind of Death and Magical Reserves. More casting for the Red Duke's army. Alrighty, so you're gonna move in there. Now, speaking of the Red Duke's army, I guess we should probably get more Graveguard in here, because we'll never be able to take this unless we buff up his army. Oh, can he take the Desolation of Drakenmore? There's a garbage little stack here, but then if we do, these guys will move. We actually can't leave here until the walls are ready to go and they can defend themselves. Alrighty, well that's fine, I suppose. Hey, Vlad leveled up, didn't even realize. Vlad, you are quickly running out of points at level 29 now. We are going to get you Blade Shield, but we really need to start moving through your red line. Otherwise, nobody else, I think... Oh, Gorsty leveled up. Evasion for you, Mr. Gorsty. Oh, raised dead cost. We could have actually used you to get... damn, I should have used you to get Isabella's bats instead. Well, it's too late now. Recruitment cost minus 15 for all units versus a straight up 15 cost. Well, if you're not going to... Oh, another leadership buff. He's got a lot of good leadership buffs, which would really help out. It's just that we can't... get all those points in there right now. Do we bother with the evasion for him? It'll make him harder to kill, but he's already hard to kill. That's the thing. Melee defense when defending, eh? Is he going to be defending? Fairly unlikely. Fine. Let's get just the straight-up leadership buffs, I guess. We're probably not going to send him all the way down to raise dead for us, are we? I mean, we might, but... Also, I just want to double check if we can give him anything useful here. Not really, unfortunately. Gorst. Making me question what we should do. Fine, let's get a Morbid Reunion for now. We might still raise some dead. Oh, you leveled up as well. Really, all you're doing is getting extra growth right now, because you're... we can always respec you later and put you into an army. Aggressive isn't horrible. It's just that it'll be a while before we get to Kemmler, because we have lots of stuff we need to do. Anybody else level up? Wait, did I? Oh, you got 2 levels? My bad. You got that, and I guess we are... Well, we started going through Specialist. I'm gonna have you assassinate or damage walls, but let's get Specialist for now. Good enough. Good enough. And I do believe that should be it. We still have money. How do we still have money? I guess we need to build something. We need to... Oh, wait. We should probably save so we can get more money, too. Yeah, you know what? Let's save. And plus, it's at 69, so I'm sure it's a sign. We should save to be able to get those walls up and running. Alright, well, let's end the turn like this then. Hero not moved, etc. You can no longer raise any more dead. I guess we'll have to wait until next turn. Oh, we can only raise 2 Graveguard here. It's a little bit disappointing. Alright, let's end the turn. Let's move you guys down, start your retrofits. And, yeah, send the rest of your White Kings to the Red Duke as well. Wait, we also need to recruit a vampire, don't we? Now that I think about it. I'm just going to check if there isn't a good vampire with a good trait. Might as well give Isabella a vampire. We got a discipline trait. That's not horrible. And the knowledgeable trait is also not horrible as well. Knowledgeable is generally good, but... It is a faction-wide buff. So ideally we'd want knowledgeable on units like Necromancers and Necromancers that are stealing tech and not in armies. You know what, let's get the disciplined one for now. It'll help the bats and stuff. The leadership will help them not rout as quickly. This is another 660 per turn, but if we're losing whites... How many vamps do we even have in Isabella's army? I don't know. Does Vlad need some vamps? Well, regardless. Alright, anyway, the Carstein Ring. Vlad has kept his revivification a secret from the general populace, both mortal and living, so far, as the serfs to further his machinations. But now it is time to make the Midnight Aristocracy either quail in fear of domination or flock to his banner. And how best to display such power? Through a bloody massacre or the tempting of dark magic and the promise of share? Let me show you true power. Vlad is a charismatic creature of low cunning when he can best his temper. This was how he first seduced the nobility of Sylvania. A promise to share wealth and power should lure them to his side. So it's probably generate some money and give it to them. Versus oppose me and die. Vampires respond best to show brutal force. Vlad's rage was legendary back then. Remind these fools why. Let the bloodletting begin. I feel like since we're playing Vlad as the Emperor here, the true Emperor, we should probably go for the charismatic aspect rather than the brutal, I'll, kill everybody aspect. So let's see what this asks. Alright, amass a total dark magic of 10k. Next turn shouldn't be too bad. Host the masquerade, total dark. Okay, so it costs us 5,000, not a big deal. Oh, and it gives us back 2.5k. So really it costs 2.5k, really not a big deal. Vampires are greedy creatures. They always want more, whether it is an immortal spam, more blood, or greater power. Vlad has promised to share such resources, but first he must accrue them, which he will do. Very quickly, and very soon. Also, we're gonna start needing to use you as a actual lord as well, buddy. Let's get, wait, there's no way to, wait, we've already got a cattle herder. Damn, I was hoping to increase the number of Sylvanians. Annoying. We should probably move through this line as well, as you're probably gonna hold at least some bats and direwolves, although you're gonna have more of a standard army. You do have casting abilities. I gotta think about this, I think. Well, let's get Fell Nest for now, either way. Alrighty, and did I build this last? Okay, yeah, we're gonna destroy this and build the upgrade next turn. That's fine, that's fine. Almost kind of tempted to remove a couple of these gallows and replace them with more lich yards, but nah. Alrighty, with that, I think we are now finally able to end the turn. We don't... Oh, wow, we do not have a lot of time remaining. Unassigned skill points, I'll deal with all of these between the episodes. And then, yeah, retrofit next time, and then the war shall begin. Let's end the turn. Alright, what are you doing, Clanation? It looks like not much. War declared parts of Sartosa, Vidrioth, Talzin, and Balthazar Gelt has decided to declare war on us. Oh, and he's gonna bring Visselat. Oh no, that's not good. That's really not good. That concerns me greatly. Because I think... Wait, is Gorst dead? I think Gorst might be dead. Or at least his garbage army might be dead. We'll see in a second here. Okay, well, I'm surprised it was Gelt at the end of the day, to be honest. He broke a pact to do that. He could have at least deleted the pact first instead. Oh well, not a huge deal. Yeah, you're gonna attack Gorst. Hopefully Gorst can get away and then we can have Isabella come in and both of you attack together. No, damn it. Yeah, there's no way. Gorst can't do anything about this, I don't think. Well, we are going to fight this, but I don't think we have the time to fight this episode. At the very least, he should be able to badly damage this army, with regards to him being able to rack up a very decent amount of kills. The problem here, of course, is the fact that they have a mortar unit. Oh man, that's going to be unfortunate. But to be fair, if Gorst's army dies, we don't really care because you know, it's just full of zombies. He'll come back, and in the meantime, I guess we'll have to summon either Manfred or Mr. Kemmler to take his place. We'll see how that goes next time, and even though he probably won't do too much damage to this army, Isabella's going to then immediately attack it next turn and then kill it. But anyway, that'll have to wait until next time, so I am going to call it here. We'll start with the death of Gorst next episode, and we are going to make that a battle just because I will enjoy seeing the zombies actually fight and die in hordes, and plus I want to see just how many enemies Gorst can kill before he dies, so it'll be fun. So with that said, whatever I usually say about likes and comments being good, all glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.